Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. What does MrBeast decide to do amidst all of the controversy that is surrounding him and his team and the whole Ava Chris Tyson allegations? Well, MrBeast decides to launch another company or another product with Logan Paul and KSI, a team up, a dynamic duo, as it were, with some of the biggest YouTubers around at the moment. And well, this is really just a massive example of how marketing can sell. If you know how to market a product really well, you can sell damn well anything to anyone. My grandfather and even my mum say that I know how to sell a fridge to an Eskimo, because the thing is, if you know what you're saying and if you know how to actually say it with emotion, with emphasis, you know the terminology around the say, for example, if I'm selling a fridge to an Eskimo, why would an Eskimo need a fridge? They live in the bloody cold. They don't really need a fridge. Well, you got to convince them that they do. And that's exactly what MrBeast, Logan Paul, and KSI are very good at. They're not good at, well, actually giving you guys a healthy product, although they'll market it as such and they'll get away with marketing it as that. But they'll also slam health experts for saying their product is rubbish, it's garbage, it's not healthy. So imagine that. You're not even a health expert, but a health expert has weighed in, several, in fact, and we'll look at a left-leaning health website. Believe it or not, Healthline is actually a left-leaning website, and even they do not like this product. They think that it is unhealthy and should not be marketed as a healthier alternative to Lunchables, which, by the way, Lunchables is just a terrible option altogether. But it's kind of like Lunchly, which is the new brand, versus Lunchables, is sort of like they're marketed as a much healthier alternative, but it's not really a healthier alternative. You shouldn't be having any of them, if you ask me. But the way they're selling it to young kids is dangerous. So here we go. Let's have a look at this, shall we? MrBeast, Logan Paul, and KSI launch Lunchables competitor called Lunchly. They claim is healthy. And what do nutritionists think exactly? Well, it turns out the nutritionists aren't happy at all. Now, one thing is for certain, Logan Paul and KSI created the brand Prime, which, by the way, if you want something that is incredibly sweet, definitely get Prime. But I encourage people to stay the hell away from it, because Prime is so bad for your gut. Actually, here in Australia, we're starting to pull them off the shelves because it is so bad for your health. It's so bad for your heart. It's not good for your body. So stay the hell away from it. They're claiming certain things about the actual brand itself. Kids will drink it. They'll feel like utter crap after they've ingested it. And damn well, like the ingredients listed, if you look at not just like the main ingredients, but the extra ingredients they've got, right? What it's got in it ain't good at all. I mean, I should have bought a Prime bottle to show you guys what the actual ingredients are. But with their new Lunchly brand, they're not including all of the ingredients on their website. You can't find it. Like, you can't find what the sodium content is. But nevertheless, they've got electrolytes. They replace it with electrolytes, which to me is just interesting, because you're replacing one bad thing with another bad thing. That's not a healthy alternative, if you ask me. Anyway, I'm getting off track a little bit because I'm sick and tired of these YouTubers that think that it's a good thing to sell a lie to young kids. MrBeast, Logan Paul, and KSI have introduced a new meal kit called Lunchly. It includes a Feastables bar, which is total and utter garbage too, by the way. It tastes like utter crap. Same with Prime Hydration, which is not a hydration drink, I'll have you know, and one of the 3 entree choices. They claim it is a better for you alternative to Lunchables, but still terrible. Anyway, however, despite some improvements, it is still not a healthy choice for kids. Expert advice: packing a lunch for your child that includes fruit and vegetables instead. Well, obviously, whole foods are going to be way better for you. Real food is going to be better for you in the long run. But these days, not just the American culture, but the Australian culture is extremely unhealthy and overweight and obese. Now, I am launching my very first product this year. I'm at least hoping that it's going to be released this year because it's so damn expensive. But nevertheless, the company that I have founded is called Kept Natural. And the idea surrounding that is not to bullshit anyone around the fact that we're doing things that are healthy and good. It's non-toxic, non-harmful. It's actually good for your gut. Everything that you put on with the Kept Natural brand. For example, the first product that I'm launching is an after sun care gel. Perfect for Australia and also would be perfect in America. By the way, we will hopefully be shipping to America. We'll see what happens there. So if you are in like California or some other state, you get to and you're exposed to the sun, definitely get this. But also more than that, it's also going to be helpful for people that are in the cold and get dry skin or sensitive skin or itchy skin. It helps with that too. Believe you me, I know. So yeah, like I am promoting that product as what it actually is, a healthy product. It's going to be good for you. Now, what Logan Paul, KSI, and MrBeast are doing is the complete opposite. It ain't good for you at all. And when you're dealing with food, that's a big thing. It's a big deal. So you need to be very, very careful. You're in an industry where it's heavily dominated by ultra processed foods and major conglomerates and major companies. And if you want to say that something is alternatively healthier to, say, a competitor of yours, you better damn well sure make it actually healthier than the alternative, not go, oh, I'm just going to slightly make it a little bit better and just call it better. That's because that's all you do nowadays. You just slightly change something or call it a little bit better than you just market the living crap out of it. Anyway, MrBeast, his real name is Jimmy Donaldson. Logan Paul and KSI have announced that they will collaborate to compete with Kraft Heinz Lunchables meal kits with their own healthier offering called Lunchly. This is their first foray into the food and drink business. However, MrBeast Feastables chocolate bars and Paul and KSI's Prime Energy drinks are already available nationwide. The online influencers' better for you lunch combinations will include one of three choices: Fiesta nachos, the pizza, or turkey stack'ems served with a Prime Hydration drink and a Feastables chocolate bar. On the Lunchly website, they make a head-to-head comparison between Lunchly and Lunchables, showing that Lunchly is indeed lowering calories and sugar while also providing an electrolyte boost that is not present in Lunchables Capri Sun drink. Now, obviously, Lunchables has a lot more sugar, but the alternative is artificial sweeteners in the Prime drink. Sucralose is an artificial sweetener. That is actually really damaging to one's gut health. I have not seen many doctors talk about this. I think they're staying away from all that. But Dr. Mike was reviewing this, and he seemed to focus more on the sugar content rather than he did on the Prime hydration drink, because yes, they say there's like only 2 grams of sugar in there or something along those lines. But the artificial sweeteners in there, they're going to be a lot more damaging than, say, 30 grams of sugar or something along those lines. Both are really bad for you. You shouldn't be having both. But the artificial sweetener just destroys the lining of your gut. If you don't believe me, look at all the studies. I feel like utter garbage and I feel horrible. I've actually been sick quite a few times. Once I've had a Prime hydration drink, I don't feel good at all because the artificial sweeteners just wreck you, man. And not good for you. But is Lunchly really as healthy as it is promoted to be? We asked nutrition experts to weigh in. Lunchly ingredients, what's in and not in each meal kit. Leah Olditarian, who runs the child nutritionist blog, said the Prime Energy drink included in the meal kits contains coconut water, added electrolytes, artificial sweeteners, and vitamins. Yeah, so the artificial sweeteners and those vitamins, one in particular, I think it's vitamin B2, I think, or vitamin A2. I'm not too sure which one it is, but one of them is actually fat soluble. So you could be in a lot of trouble if you have a lot of that. Not to mention the artificial sweeteners. You can just market it as being healthy. If you got coconut water and added electrolytes, which the only electrolyte seemingly in Prime hydration happens to be potassium. But if you have an overload of potassium, yeah, it's not good for you. But anyway, However, it's not caffeinated, which sets it apart from prime energy drinks, which contain 200 milligrams of caffeine per 12-ounce cans. The entree options, turkey and cheese, pepperoni pizza, or nachos, are all highly processed. Again, you got Lunchly and Lunchables. They're both processed foods groups, and they're both in the ultra processed food market. So one's going, oh, I'm the healthier processed food because guess what? I've got less sugar, but I've got artificial sweeteners, which is going to destroy my gut. Yippee! And the other one's going, oh, I've got artificial sweeteners. I've got sugars. I've got every other color under the sun in there. All these ingredients that nobody should be ever having in their gut because it just destroys it. But again, MrBeast, Logan Paul, and KSI are going, it's way better for you. We're biased, obviously. So if these people would tell you to jump off a cliff, would you do it? God, I hope not. Anyway, like most processed foods, Lunchly provides over 20% of the recommended daily salt intake in just one serving. So you've got a high sodium content. It's like having, Element, which I think Element is a proper hydration drink. But if you're not exercising on a regular basis, if you're sedentary, you don't do anything, having 1,000 milligrams of salt in one sitting just because of one little sachet, it ain't good for you. It can cause a lot of distress for your gut. That is too much salt for somebody that is not doing any exercise. I used to have the stuff, okay? Now I'm on Train Aid Hydration. It doesn't have anywhere near that amount of salt. It gives me everything that I need. I love the stuff. It helped me run a 2:40 marathon recently for the Sydney Marathon. That's all I had, Train Aid Hydration and Train Aid Performance, which gave me everything that my body needed. And I felt incredible, and I sent it. But these companies, man, they lie through the skin of their teeth. They're going, I'm going to market it as something absolutely amazing. I cannot stand people or companies that do that they lie just too much. And you know what? Kids, they froth over it. They invest heavily into it. And you know what? MrBeast, Logan Paul, KSI, they don't give two craps. You know why? Because they're earning an absolute mozza from it. Someone like me that my number one value is integrity, like far out. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night or live with myself knowing that I rip people off in that way. Excess sodium is associated with increased risk of high blood pressure, according to Leah, the dietitian or the nutritionist. Studies show that kids between 2 to 19 years old are consuming nearly double the recommended sodium intake daily, which puts them at risk of long-term health issues. Obviously, yeah, let's give kids an exorbitant amount of salt. Oh, but salt's good for you. In moderation. Obviously. Hello, not in excess amounts. Oh, but we're the healthy alternative. We're way better for you, people, even though we're going to give you high blood pressure more than likely because of the amount of salt that you intake daily. So Leah further stated that Lunchly meals are high in saturated fat, which can raise bad cholesterol levels and increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. Sure, let's just clog up those arteries so kids can get heart attacks and strokes, by all means. Moreover, Lunchly lacks two critical food groups, fruits and vegetables, she said. Without these, kids miss out on vital nutrients, fiber, and polynutrients, which are essential for overall health. My diet at the moment, I won't lie, is a fairly high fiber diet. Look up Dr. Will Bolshevitz, if I can say his name correctly. Dr. Will B. He's a medical doctor, and he's fantastic in this department. He wrote a book called Fiber Fueled. I love it. Fiber is the best. Your gut will love you so much if you have a high fiber diet. I'm not a vegan, although Dr. Will B, I believe, is a vegan. I will never be a vegan. I love meat. I need meat, and I thrive off of meat. Everybody's different, but one thing can be certain. Everybody's body will get completely effed up if they have too much salt and too much high saturated fat. If you don't believe me, look at all the fat people walking around in our society today, or the overweight people, if that offends someone. Anyway, look at all those people. The likelihood of them just being sedentary, not taking care of their health, they're eating too much high saturated fatty foods or just a lot of ultra processed foods. That's what it does to you, man. Eat healthy, eat good. It's a lot better for you. You feel better too. So anyway, on the one hand, where Lunchly has started to offer slight improvements like providing whole grain crackers and leaner meats, it's all carcinogenic waste, if you ask me. It still includes processed foods and added sugars. Said another doctor. So she's specializing in nutrition and dietetics, who also holds a PhD in preventative medicine and nutrition, said though it is being marketed as a better and healthier alternative to Lunchables, the reality check would hit harder. And what did Logan Paul, MrBeast, and KSI do when obviously these health experts slammed them, a new one, and literally humbled them? Or at least they should be humbled because of this. They didn't hire any of them. They didn't hire any medical professional. No, we're going to discredit them. And we're going to say, oh, we just want to remind you that we've got less sugar. We just want to remind you that sodium is good for you. They reverted back into their marketing ways. And kids are going, yes, MrBeast, I love you. Yes, Logan Paul, I love you. Yes, KSI, I love you. Mate, open your eyes. Damn it. Like, oh dear. Now I know, like, finishing up on this, I know that medical health and nutrition advice changes like the wind. It's kind of crazy how much one minute coffee's bad for you, the next minute's good for you, the next minute's bad for you. You don't know when it's good or when it's not good because they're doing so many different studies on the damn thing. Just have things in moderation. Like, it's not going to kill you if it's in moderation. There's a thing called balance, and we're terrible at it. I'm guilty of being terrible at it too. But nevertheless, if we look at things that are good and healthy, like eating a lot of fiber, obviously that it's going to serve us a lot better in the long run than not eating any fiber at all. Anyway, my friends, that's enough from me. You guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.